All right. So page 62 in the notes. Because we are using the square, well, yesterday we talked about squares and square roots, right? To square a number, you use this button, x squared. Now, if you haven't found that button yet, let me find my camera. It is this one right here. Right down here, right under the X. Now, what is drawn right above it in the upper left corner? That's the square root. They're the same button for a reason. To use, so you use one to square, you press it. Now, to use the square root, you press second x squared. Okay, they're the same button for a reason because the opposite of squaring is to take the square root, right? So you either square or you square root. Now today we're going to do a lot of square rooting. Okay. So for the Pythagorean theorem, right triangles. Your sides, what are they called? Starts with an L. They're called the legs. You have legs what? What are the letters that we use for the legs? A and B. And these are going to be the shorter sides. Okay. Side C, we just talked about it before starting the lesson. What is side C called? Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Even though you have an E right there. Hypotenuse. The hypotenuse will always be the longest side every time. Okay, and it's always going to be right across from the right angle, so right across from the box. That's why we draw the arrow, right? It is always going to be a diagonal line. Diagonal. Okay. Now, what is the formula for the Pythagorean theorem? What was the formula that we used?
A plus B equals C.
A squared plus equals C squared. Good. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The Pythagorean theorem can be used to find the missing side in a right triangle. Remember, this formula can only be used for right triangles. Okay. To find the missing side length, you're going to substitute the given values into the formula and solve for the unknown variable. So today we are going to be finding the side lengths. So if we're looking for the side, what do we need to do? If we're going to be looking for the side, to find the side u, square root, yeah. What in the world? Okay, so you use x squared for the area, but square root, you use that for the side, okay? You square for the area, but square root for the side. Now, the next four examples, it says label the sides of the triangles with A, B, and C, and then you're going to draw an arrow from the right triangle, from the right angle to the hypotenuse. Okay, so easiest side will always be side C, which is the hypotenuse. You find your right angle, and across from it will always be side C. Now from there, it really does not matter which one is A and B. I like the shortest side to be A, and the next shortest or the middle to be B. Okay, but C will always be the same. Okay. In the same location. You find your right angle, and there you have C. So here's my A, here's B. Okay. C will always be across from the right angle. I'll label this one A and B. What is the name of side C? Hypotenuse, good. And I'm just going back over that because I made the mistake last year of not saying that word enough. Okay. All right. So first, to find the missing hypotenuse, we know that hypotenuse is the longest side in the right triangle. Whoa. It flipped on my side. The hypotenuse is the longest side. You want to label your sides A, B, and C. So first we know that side C is what we're looking for because that is my X, A, and B. Now notice, in these sides, the inches is not squared, okay? So you need to keep that in mind. The formula is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. When I substitute A, I'm going to substitute a 3. But the inches is not squared, so I still have to square it. 3 squared. Yesterday, this inches already had this little 2. That's why we didn't square it, okay? B, we're going to substitute what number? 12 squared. We don't know what C squared is. Now, the easy part about it is that you can put all of this into the calculator exactly the way it's written. So I'm going to go over to my camera just to make sure you guys are typing this in correctly. Let's see. I'm going to clear that out. 3 squared plus what? 12 squared?
153.
153, correct. So you get 153, oops. 153 is equal to C squared. Now, because it is still squared, this 153 represents what? Area or side?
Area.
It represents area. If it still has the 2, it's still area. But what are we looking for? We're looking for the side length. So what do we need to do to the 153? Square root it. Okay, so what is the square root of 153? So you press second, x squared, put a 153 in there. Push enter. What? Okay, I thought you were telling me I was doing something wrong. Yeah, 12.36. So the side C is 12.36. Okay. Questions? I'm not going to keep going back and forth to my calculator. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know how to type that in because I don't think I made sure of that yesterday. All right, number 2. We're looking for side C because that is the one that is across from that right angle. Which one's going to be side A? 10.2 and B? Okay. So write your formula, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now you substitute. Notice your units are not squared yet, so that means you still have to square them. So we write 10.2 squared plus 34.5 squared. And you put all of this into the calculator in the same step. 1,294.29. Now C still has this little 2 on it, so to find the side we need to square root it. Taking the square root gets rid of that little 2. So we take the square root, 1294.29. What do you get? 35.97. Which 35.97, you can go ahead and say that the side C is what? Yeah, it rounds to about 36 centimeters. All right, questions? Okay. So, whenever you are looking for side C, what did we do with our numbers? We ended up adding them. So if you're looking for the longest side, you're going to add. Looking for the longest side, you add. If the side that you're missing is one of the legs, you're missing one of the shorter sides. If you're missing the longest leg, you're going to add. But if you're missing the shorter side, what do you think you're going to do? Subtract. Okay. So let's label. Which one is side C? 8.5. Good. Now, we don't know which one is shorter, which one is longer, so I'm just going to start off by labeling this one as A and B. Okay. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We don't know what A is, so I'm going to bring down my A squared. B is 6.5 squared and 8.5 squared. We're going to solve for A. So what do you want to do with this 6.5 squared? What do you think we should do? Subtract it. You don't have to square it before subtracting. You can go ahead and subtract it right away, and it creates less work for you. So minus 6.5 squared. That one cancels out. You get A squared. Now all of this, oops, let me just do it this way. All of this you can type into the calculator. Put 8.5 squared minus 6.5 squared. 30, like exactly 30? 8.5 squared minus 6.5 squared. Yeah, 30. Oops, I didn't switch back. But to find A by itself, not A squared, we need to take the square root of it. So what is the square root of 30? 5.47. I'll take that. Centimeters. Questions? Okay. Next. Which one is side C?
7.
Yep. 7 inches. Side C is called the hypotenuse. Now I'm just going to overcompensate and talk about the hypotenuse way too much. All right. This time we're gonna leave our missing side as B. Okay. Honestly, it doesn't matter, but we have A. A is 4. Put your squared on it. B squared equals 7 squared. Now to find that missing side, to find B squared, we subtract 4 squared. So you get B squared is equal to what? 33. And then the last step would be to take the square root. So B is equal to?
5.7.
Yep. 5.7 inches. So explain the main difference between finding the missing hypotenuse and finding the missing leg. With the missing hypotenuse, you add. With the missing leg, you subtract. Always label your sides first. That way you know what to do or how to solve, okay? So if we're looking at number 5, which one is side C? X. And we can label this as A and this one is B. We're missing the longest side, so what are we going to do with our numbers? If we're missing the longest side, which one is that? The hypotenuse or the leg? Hypotenuse, so what are we going to do with the numbers? Add them, okay? All right, write your formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now A is 10.5, B is 12, and we don't know C. Type that into your calculator. Yep. I keep forgetting to switch back. 254.25. Are we done? What do we do? Yep, still need to take the square root because we need to take the squared off of C. When you do, what do you get? 15 point, yeah. Questions? Okay. Everybody got it? All right. Which one is side C? Always look for side C first.
Wait, no, 7.6.
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and label this one as A. This one can be B. Doesn't matter. So which one is missing? Longest side or a leg? One of the legs. So since one of the legs is missing, we're going to subtract. Plus 3 squared equals 7.6 squared. I made that look like 762. There you go. So we subtract the 3 squared. When we do so, what do you get? 48.76. And then last step. So what do we get for side A? 6 point what? All right, I'm gonna give you a minute maybe. See if you can set up the next one. We can still work it together. I just want to see if you can set it up. All right, the way you set it up, what did you end up doing? Did you add or subtract? Correct. Side C is the one is the missing side. We got A and B. So A is 30 squared plus 40 squared equals C squared. What do you get when you add 30 squared plus 40 squared? Whoa, what? 2,500, okay. And then take the square root. So you get 50 feet. Do I have any questions? Pretty straightforward, hopefully. All right, cool.